Hello there, beautiful humans. It's Andrea Firestone, speaker, author, coach. And today, however, I'm speaking to you as a performer, as someone who spent 4 decades of her life performing and on stage. So as most of you know, I have incredible, wonderful students at the university. And one of my favorites asked me, how do I prepare myself for the day before a performance? And I'm also going to add the day of a performance. So if you're a singer, this is this is a guideline, it's a skeleton guideline so that you have something to follow. But know that each person is different and you have to find out with trial and error after you try to find a few professional guidelines that work well for you, then you start modifying them so that they really suit you perfectly. So I've jotted down a couple of notes. The first thing I jotted down was your body is your instrument, period. As an actor, as a dancer, as a singer, your body is your instrument. So you need to treat yourself and your body as though you were an elite athlete. Because guess what? You are. You are an elite athlete. So you have to rest and sleep like an athlete does. You have to eat like an athlete does. In other words, you are eating to fuel your body with energy. You're not eating because your boyfriend left you. You're eating because this body needs certain fuel to be able to perform the way you need to perform. Okay. You need to exercise and be flexible the way an athlete would be. So I'm not asking you to be Simone Biles, but I am saying to you that you need to treat this body as your instrument because it is your instrument. All right. So if you have been going along and preparing yourself for shows that are coming up, you need to be singing every day. You need to be doing the exercises to release tension in your neck and your shoulders. You need to be doing the exercises that open and release your muscles. And you need to be singing every single day. You don't have to sing for an hour straight. You can sing in 10-minute segments. You can hum if you're stuck on the subway. Nobody will even hear you. They won't even know you're making noise. But you want to keep the vocal apparatus ready to produce at all times. All right. So 10-minute pockets of practice and performance are really wonderful if you do that on a consistent schedule. And then, of course, tempered with when you're working on your roles and you're working on words and you're working on phrasing and you're working on the sound with your coaches and your teachers. All of those things are all part of your picture. But the day before the performance, if you have been rehearsing consistently, this was my pattern. That doesn't mean it's perfect for you. It means it was perfect for me. It allowed me to do my best work when I got on stage. Is I would rest. I would be the laziest gal in town. I wouldn't look at the score. I wouldn't look at anything that I needed to do. I just needed to stop and get the role, the music, get it out of my head and distract myself reading a book, watching movies, going for a walk, doing what would make me feel good. Baby myself, take a wonderful long bath or a super long shower, get a massage, not the day of, the day before. Okay? Then the day of, boy, oh boy, do you need to get your sleep. Remember, you are an elite athlete. So one, get your sleep. No, are you a being who needs to carb load or do you need to protein load? I was a protein loader. That's what worked for me. I would have a really good breakfast that had eggs and some sort of meat and maybe a half a cup of basmati rice. And that felt good. I had some fruit. And then a late lunch, which was more like dinner. It was lunch and dinner. And I would have probably a steak and a salad, some veggies, not any fruit or not anything sweet at that time. I am very sensitive to wheat and to dairy, so I did neither. I made sure that whatever I'm allergic to got removed. It was removed from the list because remember, you're an elite athlete and you have to perform at your best. So that would be around 4 o'clock. And I will have done my yoga, my meditation. Whatever I do exercise wise that relaxed and stretched and lengthened muscles. And then I went to the theater very early. I used to go to the theater by probably 5:30 or 6 o'clock if it was an 8 or 8:30 show. So what I did was to make sure that I spent time stretching the body, and then I would go over every single bit of blocking on the stage. I would go over vocally everything that I was doing. I wouldn't do things full blast. I would do my 10-minute warm-up sessions. And then I used to sing through the role very quietly, but I used to sing through the role while I was putting on my makeup and the character was coming to life in front of me in the mirror. I was working vocally on something that I needed to work on, a little area, or remember that you're blocking, that you need to move more quickly downstage left. That is a time to put your head into, again, elite athlete mode, that you are envisioning what you do, because understand that your body does not know the difference between what you're imagining here and what you're actually doing. So when you are pretending that you're walking down the stairs and then you meet the character that you are interacting with on stage, your body reacts the way it would react. So again, give yourself excellent nutrition. Take a nap if you need to. But by 4 o'clock, you have done your exercises. Your body is stretched. It is alive. It is ready to go. Then you start warming up vocally. You start with a humming session. Then you start maybe singing through some of the things you're doing, not full blast, but just so that you know exactly how you're going to do something. You also can go through, I would go through the entire score. No matter how many times I'd done the role, I would go through the entire score because that would refresh, keep everything alive and fresh. And then when I walked on stage and I walked into those lights, I was alive. I was professionally at my peak for that moment, because our peak and our best is going to be different day by day. Maybe you're not feeling well one day, maybe you're feeling fabulous another day. But being a professional means you don't fall below a certain level. So understand that and begin to treat yourself right now. Even as you're watching this video, start treating yourself like an elite athlete in the way you eat, in the way you rest, in the way you exercise, and in the way you envision and imagine and do very, very clear visualization of what you're going to do when you get on that stage, how you're going to sing this note, how you're going to perform that action. And it will be, I promise you, something that will give you a real good key to doing what you need to do on stage, but to the best of your ability, because you arranged everything to get yourself out of the way. You've gotten yourself out of the way. You have warmed up and honed the instrument. So when you open your mouth and that light hits you, baby, you are ready to go. Okay? Because it's showtime. All right. So I hope that's a help. Find again, use this as a skeleton, as a guide, and then find what really, really, really works for you. Because all of our bodies are different, our minds are different. So pay attention to that. And I think you will be very pleased with when you arrange that kind of consistency, you will find that your performance level consistently rises, and then you rise into the rank of professional. And the professional, all that means is there is a level below which you do not fall. So you know that I say to you, break a leg. All right. So go forth, open your heart, sing, share your soul, share your love, and allow people to be voyeurs, watch you, and impart something to them so that they understand and love themselves more. Remember, we are a siren on a rock. We fascinate them with our song, but we are a channel for the song. When they fall in love with how you make them feel, not with you. Don't get the wrong idea. They're falling in love with how you make them feel. And that, my dear, is a huge responsibility, and it's a very great privilege. So again, Adria saying, break a leg. See you on stage. Bye-bye.